Okay, I'm back after I think 2 months, but I'll do a slot piece progression guide because I'm maxed out, and I decided like if I have the YouTube channel as like a collage of why they change the volume, put it there. But like where all the games where I got OP in, I think it'd be pretty cool because this game is gonna die pretty soon because it's really off. But I got here, which is completely maxed out. Besides this most recent update, because well, again it was really fucking off. But I'm completely maxed out. I've like actual hypermax my profile for the most part. And I got it all in I would say like 4 or 5 hours. I was luck boosted, but I mean, like, I got a mythic race really soon. But I can show you genuinely how to get maxed out like in 6 hours. And I'm talking about like best specs in the game, best everything, best luck. Okay, anyway, getting into video. So to start with, just join the group automatically. And then claim this. I think it gives you like some gems or whatever. It's useless, nothing good. So start with you can here. I'll equip combat for the whatever it's called. Pro guide. So you're gonna have obviously all zero stats. It's kind of I don't know why people are low key comparing to block shooters. I mean, just because it's bandit beater, it's nothing like block shooters. I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. I guess the islands, whatever. So you have Z, X, and that's it for combat. Usually your moves are gonna be Z, X, C, V, and F, and the V and F are gonna be like cutscene ultimate moves. Also, you only have Z. I'm realizing. All right, you only have Z. But you just want to do this, level up till like a couple times. It literally takes you like 20 seconds. Get like level 50 or whatever. I think you get level 50 in one thing. So there's no 2x XP or anything unless you buy game passes. But I'm completely free to play because I'm not. You shouldn't waste your money on this game, bro. All the game passes are absolutely useless. You don't need a single one. So get like level 50 or whatever, just because it takes like 30 seconds, and then you want to teleport to. I think Snow Island. You want to no, I lied. Wait, yeah. You want to teleport to the Snow Island. Let me just make sure it is here. So you go to Snow Island. You can go to any island besides the one where you get tries in, but that quest is super easy and you only like don't worry about that. So you go here, and if you see any like rare, like you think these things are rare, don't worry, they're not. So if you don't have the quest for it yet, just don't worry about it. So go to Hockey Trainer, get this quest immediately. I already have it, but yeah, I already did it, so I can't get it again. But it's just use combat, kill a couple enemies, like kill 100 enemies with combat, and then punch 750 times, and then you gotta buy it. But by the time you're like, you gotta make sure to get Hockey immediately, because you get this, press G, and you get like 36%. You get like a 40% damage increase for where I'm at. It's insane. You need it, and it always on. Anyway, hockey over with. Let's go to starter island. So I'm gonna go to start with settings to start with. There are some really busted settings. Like if you're on mobile, you can basically macro, just being for like in game. It's really good. So you go auto skill, and then you can use these if you want. If you like just want to macro here for the hockey quest, you can just go here until you one-shot these guys and just auto Z. And then you should also low-key turn that on. And I think that's... Oh, there's also auto quests. So make sure you have these two on. These are really, really good. Enable quest repeat and auto quest repeat. And then the codes, don't worry about the codes. There are codes, and the codes are really, really, really good. But you're only going to be able to use the codes once you're Ascension 3, basically. You can use them, like, there's some shitty codes at Ascension 1 and whatnot, but you really only get it for Ascension 3. Good. Anyways, so you get, like, level 50 here. For now, you can, like, once you're decently strong enough, you have Hockey Quest going on. It literally takes, like, 2 minutes. You don't need to be level 100. Get, like, level 50. You can start doing this guy, which you will die, but just make sure your spawn points here. Keep on getting this guy killed, and then you'll be like level, I think like level 400. I farmed that. Now make sure you join a public server at first, and then also if you, I swear I will actually do this. If you just comment down your username and like ask, hey, can I get some race rules or anything, clan rules? I can give you race rules until you get like a mythic. It's only 750, so or 850 I guess, and I can grind like 20k in like 1 hour. So I will give you guys race rules for a mythic, and that will make your progression 100 times faster and easier because you'll be able to one-shot. With a mythic race, you're able to one-shot like the final island, guys. You're just gonna die, and like, but you just keep on respawning. You literally one-shot them. It's insane. Now you go to Jungle Island. I recommend doing this. You go do this quest. Like, I really do. You just do these quests until you get Griffin. As soon as you get Griffin, which will be very soon. It takes like an hour to get Griffin. So you do this quest. Keep on doing the monkeys. You're gonna keep on dying to the monkeys. What I recommend is doing a glass cannon. So that's the best stats, because once you're maxed out, and you also can reset your stats at any time, do glass cannon. What I mean by this is you're gonna get into melee. Also, okay, so let's assume you did hockey, by the way. You have the hockey quest finished now. I should actually think about that. If not, though, because I didn't have the hockey quest finished until I was at the monkeys. Until I was at the third island. So you're probably not done, but once you do finish the hockey quest, you want to go back to the starter island. Make sure you have G on or auto hockey on, so you can start training that. And then you want to buy a katana for 2.5k Peli yen. What is it? It's just money in this game. Okay, yeah, it's just money in this game. They generated. Nice. Why did I do that? So you have the katana now. Now you have your second skill. You have Z and X. It is a actually it's a low-key it's a massive upgrade. Like, it's an insane upgrade from your katanas or whatever. Or fuck, dude, I can't even speak. From your freaking combat. It's 2 a.m. Like, I'm actually very tired. I'm not gonna lie, but my fault. You do that, and then you can do jungle king. Level. I don't think I should be a level guide. I think this should be more of a progression guide. I think. So once you have here, I'm gonna say you have hockey done once you're at the monkey boss for sure. You're gonna be using the katana. Now you want to do. So with the katana, as soon as you honestly, you want to like make sure you get a hockey quest finished first, because once you finish the hockey quest, you can use the katana. The katana, I'm serious, it's like 50 times better than combat. So you go to Desert Island. Since you have the katana, you can most likely, because I was using combat like for a very, very long time, because I was manually doing it. You should probably just skip these guys and go straight for the bosses until you're like a decent level, until make sure you're looking out for your yen, because the most important thing of the progression guide is actually getting Yoru, the Dark Blade. It costs 250,000 from what 250,000. The gems don't matter. We have the gems by now. Make sure you get this. It is insane, like insanely good. This is really good. Show why. I mean, my damage is gonna be, like that, but you can just spam your Z and X, and this. Once I got Yoru, I was able to complete, because I had a mythic race. I got boosted. Like insane RNG. I had a mythic race, but like I said, this shouldn't really be a level guide, because it really is just going down the path. If you can't one shot, and if you can one shot, if you got RNG carried or whatever, you're following the guide. And like I said, as soon as you get Griffin, you should be able. By the way, Griffin. So you get Yoru, then you want to make sure you get Griffin. Griffin is insanely overpowered. It's actually insane. You get Griffin right here. Really nice model. Don't skip Yoru. It's not worth skipping Yoru. Make sure you get Yoru, then Griffin. You get Shanks' sword right here. It's insane. These bosses don't give, like, insane XP, but make sure you're always doing these bosses. Even I'm still doing these bosses. And I'm, like, I don't even need their shit anymore. So, yeah, make sure you're doing that. You only need their stuff for Ascension, because, these two are completely trash, and you don't need it for the V2, so don't worry about getting the actual thing. And Yuji's up there. Yuji also sucks. Really, so the progression you want is you want to go combat, you get hockey, katana, Griffin, shadow, and if you can't get shadow, like, because I had all the shadow stuff, getting all the shadow stuff takes anyone 10 minutes, but getting the race, it's a legendary race. I don't know. I don't believe that, though. I think it has way lower rates than every other legendary. So you get Shadow, and then you get Aizen. But like I said, no, that's a lie. You don't get Shadow and you don't get Eisen. You only get one. I got both because it was I had all the items, but it was taking me forever to actually get the sword, get the race. So I just got Eisen, the normal Eisen from Hoiko Mundo, which you can get right here. You don't get Ichigo. People always say get Ichigo. Nah, don't get Ichigo. It's way too hard of a grind to get Ichigo. And yeah, those guys just were not playing the game. I'm not gonna lie. So get Eisen or Sid. To get Eisen, you really just need to kill that boss enough times. You don't need to pity it or anything. You'll have enough stuff just by level farming and making sure you do the boss. And you get Eisen right over here if you're wondering. I think, yeah, that's where you get Eisen. That's the Eisen. Okay. So you should be not worrying about level anymore. Make sure you keep on winning or spinning your race until you have any mythic race works. Make sure you're using using your storage. Sorry, I just had a long yawn, bro. I'm so tired, man. Make sure you're using your storage for your legendary clans. The only one you ever need is, if I'm remembering correctly, Shadowborn, and if not, Shadowborn's the only hard one to get, so don't worry. So you can spin off legendary if you don't have storage, in my opinion, but it's definitely worth to keep it probably since you're early game. But once you have that, I think that's about everything for progression, right? You have Katana, you get Griffin, or no, you get Yoru, you get Griffin, you get Shadow or Eisen, and then you're able to completely skip straight to your endgame spec, or endgame spec. I did True Eisen because it was by far the best at the time, which it's only been one update, and second best sword. So that's good. I can tell you now, once you do that, I'll tell you how to get the True Eisen or whatever you want really easily, but let's start with the quest you need to make sure to do. Starter Island, Jungle Island, Desert, Snow. Okay, so Snow, yeah. Snow, the first one you need to do is unlock your artifacts as soon as possible. You don't need to do a quest or anything. You just talk to her and buy it. Like, buy access to being able to use artifacts. And it's insane. I mean, it's not insane. Artifacts are really simple. I always never bothered with them, and I still haven't really bothered with them because I thought they were super complicated. No, they're really simple. You don't ever farm them either. I can max upgrade like in 10, 20 different pieces of equipment. I'm just not going to, because I can't be bothered. But yeah, don't worry about that. Titles, I would recommend using what I used when I was leveling up was just, you know, whatever your highest money, XP, gem, gem gain title is. So for me, it was, I guess, you know, well, I guess you just unlock these as you level. Then luck, if you're doing anything, I usually use my luck title. Okay. So you have artifacts unlocked now. We can go to Snow Island. Sailor Island doesn't have anything but some fun stuff. So this boss can either be Sunjin Woo or Alucard. Both of them are complete trash, so you don't need to worry about it. But you can, you know, kill them super easily. That's a lie. You should always be killing all the bosses that spawn in, because you're gonna need all their items for this. Which this is probably like one of the most important things. You just do ascensions. Don't worry what it costs, bro. Just always ascend as soon as possible. Because for your level, you're never gonna need any of this stuff because it's, you know, trash. This I don't really recommend, you know, doing anything with this unless you need like race rules or anything. But you know, you don't need to worry about this stuff being expensive, because once you're endgame, it's all super worth to do. But I mean, I just don't get out of my way because who cares? Like, you can farm millions and millions of gems and billions of yen in like 2 hours, dude. So it's insane. This, oh wow, I don't know, I thought it was just polite. So this gem fruit dealer, I don't recommend doing this one early game. I would rather use the gems, because gems, you don't like, gems or an end game thing, and once you're end game, you're able to get like millions in an hour. So I don't really do this. If you want to get a fruit, which I mean you can if you're getting bored, it doesn't matter, you're not going to use it for damage or anything because it's worse than the swords. The best one is light. That's the rarest one, and then the second rarest is quake, and everything else is complete trash. Quake and light are the best. Quake is good for, it's the best AFK strategy. Yeah, they're not rare at all, so don't worry about it. And light is, I mean, light's rare, but like there's like I could get like 100 of light right now, and I only use light for the V move. It's Peak of Flight. It's really nice. That's Sailor Island done. There's no NPC or anything, obviously, just the bosses. And boss rush, you're not supposed to do this. I mean, like, you're supposed to do it way later because it's supposed to be that hard. So if you just try it, like, at any time, you're gonna, you know, fail, and it is supposed to be that end game. So don't worry about that. Snow Island, Sailor Island, Shibuya Station. Shibuya has a lot, but we've already been there. It has the bosses. Obviously, you'll want to make sure you're doing that until, like, you don't need to be one-shotting. Just make sure it takes, like, 30-40 seconds per boss, and you can do it. What I did, I skipped here and just killed these guys for quite a while for levels, but that's besides the point. You go here. It doesn't have anything crazy for you right now because you're not going to be using this stuff, but you can upgrade your stuff. It is not free. It does take stuff, and it takes a lot of stuff, but they don't tell you that unless you're too broke to afford it, so... Enchant, same thing. You can enchant your accessories. Don't worry too much about accessories. Sukuna, or no, it's Yuji. Well, actually, yeah, Sukuna and Yuji can drop one. You'll be able to get them eventually. Like I said, don't worry about it too much. And Gojo can. Sukuna's the best here, though. Oh. And then, Yuji is right here. He's complete garbage. Don't buy his spec. Gojo's right there, and then Sukuna is right there, and then the Conqueror's Hockey, which is super endgame, so don't worry about that. Conqueror's Hockey is right here. And they all cost things, and the quests, you do need to pay items eventually once you finish their quests, but their quests are super easy to actually unlock the spec. Usually doesn't have one, but, I mean, yeah. Actually, let's go buy Yuji right now. Why not? I have the stuff. Cool. Cruise Vessel. Sailor Island, Shibuya, Hollow Island. Okay, this one, like I said, it does have Aizen in here, so you're skipping Ichigo. Kill Aizen when you can, you know, do the hollows if you want for levels. Just depends if you can, you know, one-shot them, or not even one-shot, but if you can set your spawn point and kill them pretty fast, like the higher levels. They have Aizen, and then this is there's certain things, to unlock the Soul Society, but as soon as you get your level, you want to go there. And like the level required, you can go there. Boss Island, you don't need to really worry about Boss Island right now because you're not doing Ichigo. Saber's complete garbage. That's not, like, all of the stuff in Boss Island you're not gonna be worrying about. Like I said, do not go for Ichigo. It's not worth it at all. And if you AFK, then, you know, if you've already AFK'd for some reason and you don't have Shadow or Aizen, I guess you would maybe have enough boss tickets by then. Where's my boss tickets? Like 1100. I don't know if you get boss tickets from killing them, or I think it's just from NPC. If you have it from NPC, I guess you could go buy Ichigo. I mean, it's really not worth it, but sure. If you don't have Sid or Aizen at that point, yeah, sure. If you AFK for it. Dungeon Island, to unlock dungeon, just look up the quest, and it's just a fetch quest. You want to do Sid and runes. Do runes as early as possible. I got a 40% damage rune in my very first one, and I never worried about it ever again. So you get Wrath rune or whatever destruction rune, because I got super lucky, and you're good. Shinjuku Island, not much here. I actually recommend skipping, like I said, because, okay, let's say you have now at this point you have max level, because it literally just depends on your race. I'm telling you, if you get a mythic race, which just comment down below, I will give you all the stuff you want. If you're level 1, you can get a mythic race at pity, super easy, or below pity. I got a below pity in 100 rolls when I was like level 2. And you can always ask the public server, hey, can someone, you know, spot me like 200 rerolls, because they're super cheap. It's not a big deal. I recommend completely skipping Gojo V2 and Sukuna V2. I don't think it's worth it, considering what I'm about to show you. Like, it is insanely OP what I'm about to show you. So Shinjuku, Slime Island, there is something you want to do here. You want to buy stat points. You want to do this skill tree thing as soon as possible. And then you should AFK that, but make sure you my fault. I'm very tired, man. Academy Island, you can do the you know, levels. Don't worry about Anos. You can do the levels. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, it's fine if I said it here. I should have said this earlier, but it's a long video, so I'm trying to, like, kind of rush. You should really do this Demonite core quest as soon as possible. I can't do it, but you should do the Demonite core as soon if you're level 1 or, you know, not max level right now. You should do that. There's gonna be demon, like, some, like, a item you gotta find on these trees and stuff. Like, an item, I think there's one over here I can show. No, I don't know where they are. Look up, you should look up a guide on that. It literally takes you 20 seconds. And it's very important that you start doing that because you're able to drop calamity seals, and that'll be important later. It's nothing like OP or rare, and you're not gonna get any manually farming. It's only before you AFK, so don't worry about it too much. But yeah, like, you should do that. And then Judgment Island, Yamato spawns here. You don't need to do him. I farmed here until max level because I was like level like 400 and I was able to do these guys, and this was the only island I could do. This, you know, shouldn't worry about too much. You can, you know what, you should, I'm so sorry. What you should do is, as soon as you unlock this thing, you should use whatever your best thing is and just spin until you get a mythic. I got fortune. I got a really good fortune. You should probably spin until you get fortune, or if you don't have a mythic race, go until executioner. And then it doesn't, like, get it on a shitty sword. It's fine if you get it on a shitty sword. You can store, you know, whatever here. I have my good sword. I can store it here, put it back on a bad sword, or in, you know, your case it would be bad sword, put it on a good sword. So don't worry about that. You can spin on anything. Also, I should, like, as you're leveling up, if you're not max level by now, I should have probably have said this. I should have definitely said this. Trait rerolls are over here, and you should, you know, go until you get a mythic or a legendary. It depends how many trait rerolls you have, but always keep on spinning because you have sword shows. Just always spin as soon as you have things, because, I mean, because it's worth it. Man, I'm so freaking tired, bro. Yes, I'm saying freaking. Fuck that. I'm not saying fucking. Shibuya, Hollow Island. Okay, Slime Island. Fuck that. Now you're on. Okay, so this is how you get the best spec in the game in like 8 hours of playtime. You get this Soul Society quest, which if you don't know how to do it, look it up. It's super easy. You just go to Hollow Island, take the Soul Society quest, and find 7 or 8 Hagaku fragments, and it takes you 2 minutes, and you unlock this teleport to the final, or to what was the final island. So you can get True Eyes in here. The True Eyes and boss summoner is right there. You need a crystal. Oh, for any boss, never ever do medium, hard, or extreme unless you need it for a quest. It's not worth it whatsoever. Always do normal. Always do normal. I guess, yeah, honestly, even if you, always do normal. Trizin is right here. That's what I have. It was the best thing in the game. Looks super clean. I do like 1 billion damage. So what you want to do is take that quest, make sure you auto repeat, and AFK this. You can get a bunch of crystals. I'm assuming you want a True Eyes in. If you want Sid V2, which now he's the best, I can show you what. It's the same process though. You AFK these with your C move on Griffin, let's say, or Shadow. Yeah, sorry. You could do this with Griffin though. You just use your C move. Why is my C move not working? Oh, I'm sorry. Your X move. Griffin only has Z and X. Your X move, but on other specs it'll be your C move. So use that. So for Shadow, it'll be my C move. And yeah, observation hockey quest. You should get observation hockey as soon as you can. If you have any questions, comment them below. It's like, okay, the reason this prog guide isn't the best is because it really is dependent on what your current situation is. if you have the best race, or if you like it, you just got to get a mythic race. Just beg or comment below. I mean, it's a pretty good progression guide, bro. I told you how you don't worry about melee, by the way. Sword, accessory, you will be getting your best accessory when you go farm for your final spec. I should show you how to get the best specs in the game. My fault. So you AFK for your sigils. Whether it's at the time of the video being posted, the best sword in the game is Sid V2. If you want to get Sid V2, you need Crystalla sigils, but it's the, shadow version. So it's like shadow sigil or whatever. You go to Lawless Island. You take this quest with auto repeat on just for the money and gems, and you just have your C move on. You just keep on doing this. That's obviously wrong one. You just C move and AFK. If you have tiny task, use tiny task. If you don't, just use auto skills. If you're on mobile, that's completely fine. Just use auto skill. Turn on an auto clicker. Do like that. Super duper simple. And then you spawn him. So what you want to do, how you get the best spec in the game. Trust me on this. It's super. Oh, it's the bicycle. There you go. I got one. So I can actually showcase. What you want to do is you want to spawn Atomic. So where do you get him? Where do you get him? Maybe at the top of the Coliseum. No. Bro. Meow. Let's see. Okay, Sid. So this is where you get Sid V2, right? No, that is not where you get Sid V2. That's the Mastery Quest. This is where you get Sid V2. Alright, so you need these items. It looks super hard. It looks super complicated. No matter what, you need to AFK. So start with AFKing these for 80 or for like 200, whatever, how many Abyss Sigils you have. The items you literally get in 10 minutes, no matter what. So don't worry about the items. Right now, you want to get as much damage as possible. You spawn him in. Do not worry about going to pity. Don't worry about going to pity right now. What you want to do is go until you have the title. Go until you get the title, because you need the title. The title is a 0.75% drop. And the title is super good. It's the best title in the game. For mine, it was Transcendent. For now, it's, this. So, you kill him. If you don't have enough damage, which you should be able to. I was killing True Eisen, and he had 1.5, 1.75 million health. You do this, like, it may take some time. That's completely fine. It's for the best spec in the game, and this is how you do it, right? So I'm not min-max at all, right? I'm at my luck build, but that's okay. Like, generally, it's not that long. It's not that hard. It takes you an hour at most. You get the title. Cool. You have the title now. Now, once you get the title from killing him, which you will eventually get, and there is pity for it, you go to Boss Island, and since you already AFK'd, you have so many keys. You spawn a saber, you turn on the auto, you one-shot the saber, and then your pity goes up by 1. As soon as you get 24 out of 25 pity, you go back and kill Sid, Shadow Boss, or whatever spec you're grinding for. Or what you could do, since, okay, let's say you ran out of boss keys, right, somehow. You don't have enough boss keys. What you do is, you can now go to Anos, because you've done that quest, so you have hundreds of Calamity Seal. Since you AFK'd, you go to Anos, Judgment Island, and you kill Anos for pities. And you can also get Anos in the meantime passively. And he's an insane melee. Let's go equip Anos, and that'll be, shown. Can't drive over there. So you go here, you spawn Anos for one thing, one Calamity Seal, and it's as simple as that. Anyway, that's progression guide. The best progression guide you can possibly have. If you watch the video, if you're wondering about some things, because it was a very long gap. Eisen, so I just got purple hockey, but you're probably gonna be playing with VFX off anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, if you like the video, please subscribe or like. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. You'd be a good guy though. I'm gonna try posting daily because I think this will be good for me, just having something. And I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. Yeah, if you have any questions below, And if you think it was a shitty guide, which it wasn't, you think it was a shitty guide because you were skipping around, buddy. It's a very good guide. Literally, there's like, it's not a, you don't need a level guide in this game. Anyway, it's so case dependent. And if you're wondering what your case is, just comment. I'll help you out. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Have a good one, G.